Welcome to Just Some Points, episode 15, I think we are. And we're missing Tammy today. Her computer crashed right before we were recording this, so we'll get started without her. Melissa, why don't you get started today?
Sure. So I know it's so hard to not talk about Google when you're looking at digital marketing news, but the biggest Google update that I found this week was that Google is now going to offer paid Google My Business listings for $50 a month. You can get a badge on your Google My Business listing that says that you are Google guaranteed, and it's like a green little check mark.
What does it mean, Google guaranteed? Meaning that you're checked out by them?
Yeah, so the eligibility process, you actually have to go through some background checks and everything as well. So Google is really going to look into you. You can't just buy it and assume that, it's going to be fine. They do have to look into you before you go through the subscription. But it seems, generally this is a brand new thing and I haven't seen too many people use it just yet. But it is Google's intention of doing this is to help with local search ads or local service ads and to help increase your visibility within voice search using like the Google Home products.
That was nice. It's very nice how you said that is the objectives. I would say the objectives is to make more money.
That's a very good point.
So that's actually I want to talk about it very quickly at the very end about the fact that Congress grilled yesterday the CEOs of Facebook, Amazon, Apple, and Google, and I think actually, and I'll tie this back to what you just talked about. I actually think that all four of them are not the same case. Each of them, there are different issues, meaning with Facebook, the collection of data and the misuse of the data. Mm-hmm. Google, certainly it's the data, and in Apple's case, I think it's the App Store, what they're doing. I think Apple itself, I can't really look at them as a monopoly. And then Amazon is a real big player in many ways. But tying it back to you, I think the biggest beef I have with Google is that they more and more control and dictate what I have to see. And for me, what you just said is just another dig into that. I got really annoyed this week. I was looking for a product or for some product diversity. I'm building a hot tub, and I was looking for a control unit for a hot tub. And the only thing I was able to get on Google was what either was advertised or what was in their shop. There was absolutely no diversity of just company, and there are companies out there. I know that there are companies out there. I find products on Pinterest. I can't find them on Google, and that is complete intentional. And for me, this is becoming more and more a problem with Google becoming an absolute monopoly, and them basically deciding what I'm allowed to see and what not. And I'm really getting very annoyed with that. And so this, for me, is just another step forward. Now, from an advertising perspective, from our perspective, obviously it is opportunity for our clients. It's opportunity and needs to act. So is this something you have to formally establish it as a real process? Is this extensive? Do you know anything on the details on that?
It seems like you kind of just submit you just review the eligibility process and you just kind of submit and let Google do its thing. Knowing Google, it's probably going to take them a little bit to get through everything and to kind of get back to you on that. But I would imagine that it's mostly hands-on. I don't think you have to do any extensive work on your end. It's mostly on Google's end.
Is there a launch date, or is it effective immediately?
I think that it's already running because I've seen plenty of blogs and reporters that are already showing samples of the badge being placed. So I don't think they did test this like back in like April of 2019. So I think they were doing kind of small batch testing, but now I think it's pretty much live.
Oh, wow. Okay, very interesting. Definitely have to You have to have a digital team look into that for our clients.
Yep.
Very good. I want to actually, I gave my topic today a title, and the title for my topic today is, for Pete's sake, start using more video. Because video has just, video has been, a trend to be reckoned with, and something you have to pay attention to for a long time. I've been harping on that with our clients and overall for years. I think I wrote the first blog about the need to focus more on video 5 years ago. It's now landing pages, for example, that have a video convert visitors to leads 80% at a 80% higher chance to convert them, and pages with videos on your web page perform much better than pages without video. And then you can't ignore the fact that the millennials and the younger people are just quicker to consume video to obtain information than regular text. Those trends, they are in place for a long time, but regardless, yet I still see again and again companies to be hesitant to put money in the video production and video marketing. It's always something, I'm not sure, and it's always kind of, we have to do arm twisting with that. For example, as a medical practice, there's so many opportunities to create videos. For example, patient testimonies, quick health tips, PSAs, opinions on current things going on, like the COVID crisis and things. So what a lot of people don't understand is how you could use video. If you do a video, if let's say a practice or a small business does a video, first of all, you can use it on your website. In a medical practice case, most likely you can use the video actually in multiple pages, so it's not just a one-page use, so you can get more out of that. Second, you place it on your YouTube channel. You should have a YouTube channel. Just place it there, and you have a growing followership, and you have a growing footprint with your videos. Second, once you produce the video, you push out social media posts. Social media posts with video perform much better. I don't know the percentage, but it's really distinctly better using videos, regardless of what the platform is. Then next, you can use it for promotion, meaning promote your posts on social media. Again, promoted posts with video perform much better than just simple text or even graphic posts. So now you have the video on your website, you have it on YouTube, you posted it on social media, push out a newsletter. All you have to do, it doesn't even have to have a lot, you push out a newsletter just with a video you just made, a short blurb to it, push it out. Doesn't cost a lot of time, doesn't cost a lot of money, and you just repurpose your video. Depending on what video you made, maybe you did a commercial, then you can actually even use it for paid digital advertising, and you add it to your video footage. So the bottom line on that is, and people are hesitant to do videos, you get a lot of mileage out of a video on all the different channels, and we can repurpose the video. If over time, if we have a library of videos, what we do very often for clients where that is the case, we then go back and actually take bits and pieces from different videos and cut them together to a new video without a lot of cost. So reason why I'm bringing this up, I just read a study or report on what happened this year. And I specifically zoomed on retail and marketing videos because with the COVID crisis, it really took off. Retail and marketing video views grew by 159% year over year in Q1 this year, which was mostly driven by March, meaning January, February was a slight increase, but March really increased to 159%, most likely mean more in Q2. The time watched of videos grew by 68%. Actually from Q4 2019 to Q1 2020, it grew by 68%. And the device of choice, it's really interesting, is smartphones. So it increased the view on of videos on smartphones grew by 253%, which is just incredible. 253%. So it's something I didn't expect there's so much difference. Computers grew too a little bit, but not much, and tablets dropped. That I was really surprised, and so that it's dropped. I don't know how much, but not by double digits, but I think by 8%. And the one interesting thing is that the completion rate on videos on computers is higher. It's about 50% on computers. Although it's not really a surprise, because I think when people sit on the computer, they're more consciously actually watching stuff than on the phone.
Yeah.
So with all of that, I would say companies that had already a video strategy, or where video is part of the marketing or communication strategy, they did better over the last 4 or 5 months going through the crisis, because what they did, they really actually ramped up the video marketing and communication drastically. A lot of them also, which was very important, they didn't just use old stuff. They readjusted to the in regard to messaging, and made it more current. So overall, I think bottom line is, the statistics show already what we knew, that video is important. And then the COVID crisis now actually made it even more important, but also, separated the ones that are good at it from the ones that are not good at it. And so for this reason, I want to end this this monologue basically with how I started. For Pete's sake, start using video, because you have to make this part of your communications strategy.
Yeah, definitely need to make it part of your strategy. And you need to, like you said, all these numbers keep increasing, which means more and more people are going to get into video. So it's important to make your video unique. Make sure that your message stands out, and make sure that you're using, branded materials too. You want to make sure that your brand is really the takeaway from any video that you make. I read this week actually that Microsoft partnered with Shutterstock, and you can now, when you set up paid display ads with Microsoft and Bing, you can use a limited free library from Shutterstock, which includes photos and videos. And I think that just proves that people, if that's like an easy in and people are just going to start using the free Shutterstock stuff, that gives you an opportunity to go one step further, put your brand somewhere, make it unique to your actual brand, while everybody else is going for the low hanging fruit and just doing the Shutterstock stuff.
That's great. I couldn't agree with you more. That's a very good point. So yeah, we'll see. I'm sure the Q2 statistics are even more through the roof, because we have a full quarter with people being locked in and being more focused on the current trends. But it's like, it's really something as a client or as a company you just have to do. In our case, this show is evidence for we see the importance of getting the information out via video rather than just keep writing blogs. So exactly. I hope this was helpful. We'll have another episode next week, hopefully with 3 people next week. And until then, see you then.
Bye.